has been a pleasure getting to know Superintendent Dr. Cherniss these last few months. He hit the road running from day one to visit each of your campuses and meet with school principals and district administrators to learn their vision and how the district can better support their needs. He has brought his wealth of experience and knowledge to our district, furthering our culture of excellence and innovation. To share his State of the School District address, it is my pleasure to introduce our Superintendent, Dr. Cherniss.
All right. It's great to see everyone here. This is the hottest ticket in town. I don't know if you know this, but there's Taylor Swift tickets and there's State of the District tickets, and you know it's a tough ticket. Ticketmaster wanted to go through us to sell these, and we heard Taylor called me. She's like, "Don't go through Ticketmaster. There's all kinds of problems," but she was very concerned. She said, "I need to time my concerts for your State of the District event." So she made sure that the last concert in LA was last night, so it wouldn't conflict with the State of the District event. And she cares about her Swiftie, so raise your hand if you're a Swiftie here. Yes, see, I told you. So first off, we know our district is well regarded, and people make real sacrifices to be here. And we're going to continue to focus on excellence here in PYL and make sure that the kids here get the best experience possible. And we can't do that without a community, a school community together, a district of partners. So let's give a hand for our community partners. We have so many groups that work together. And this is not normal. Most school districts do not have groups like this. So our partners we're going to continue to work with. Many of them have tutoring programs for our kids, Big Brother programs for our kids, city organizations, our parks. Everybody is focused on what's best for students. And that's what we need to remember here. People may come at it differently. People may have different opinions, but everybody shares that one goal. What's best for kids? The hardest thing to do in education, the hardest thing to do in life is to predict the future. But that is our challenge. We're trying to prepare our students for jobs that don't exist yet, for problems that we don't even know are problems yet. And so how do we do that? How do we prepare our kids for the future? Just looking at this list, 10 years ago, for you guys, it doesn't seem like that far away, right? 10 years ago, 2013, look at all these jobs. All these jobs that did not or barely existed 10 years ago. So how do we prepare our students for jobs that we don't know are jobs yet? You know, that is one of the biggest challenges. We're going to stretch our brains today. I'm going to make you stretch your brains. I was talking to my kids last night. I'm like, tell me some jobs that are going to exist in 20 years. I'm going to stretch your brains. And my oldest son, Finn, goes, flying taxis? Well, I just heard actually the Olympics coming up, they're going to have flying taxis. So, you know, that is coming. So you think it happens. Einstein used to do something called thought experiments. And what he'd do, and a lot of his theories he developed were through his thought experiments. And everything that came out of Einstein's mouth, he made people think. True story. So my uncle, Harold Cherniss, was best friends with Einstein. He's the foremost, for the last 300 years, the foremost expert philosopher on Aristotle and Plato. And he worked at a place called the Institute of Advanced Studies at Princeton University, where all the greatest minds in the world came together. His best friend, Robert Oppenheimer, worked hand in hand with him. Actually, when during the McCarthy trials in the 50s, when they tried to fire Oppenheimer. And you may have heard about a few years ago, they allowed Oppenheimer, post-mortem, of course, to actually access his family to access his files because they outlawed him. And my uncle wrote a letter, got Einstein to co-author it, and actually saved Oppenheimer's job at Princeton. So I was talking to my cousin Nikki last week because we went to see Oppenheimer, and Nikki told me a story about they're at Thanksgiving, and he's there. They'd all come to my Uncle Harold's for Thanksgiving. And so here's Nikki sitting down at the table. Einstein's on one side, Oppenheimer's there, my Aunt Ruth's cooking the turkey, and Nikki just thought Einstein was just this old guy with gray hair. You know, he didn't know anything. He was a young kid. And he gets his turkey, and Nikki goes, "There's a hair on my turkey." And Einstein taps him on the shoulder and says, "Be quiet, or everyone will be jealous." And Nikki was like, it made him think, right? It also probably avoided embarrassing my Aunt Ruth. But, you know, thought experiments, expanding the mind, that's what we want. All right, so talk to somebody next to you. Tell me what this is. What do you think? This was a job created. Look at this guy. He doesn't look too happy, right? So this was created, right? These were smart people. These were not dumb people, right? These were smart people that were trying to predict the future and try to anticipate how to solve a problem, and this is what they came up with, right? Now it's funny, we're laughing, right? But hey, 100 years ago, people will be looking at pictures of this maybe and laughing that, oh my God, they needed this pull-down screen to do a presentation, and he had this weird thing on his head. And so you got to think about, we're preparing kids for futures, and we're not always sure what the future's going to. What's this? Talk to buddy, guess. Come on. Anybody? Raise your hand. What do we got? Any guesses? Yes. Yes, wake up service. Hey, they didn't have alarm clocks, right? I have alarm clocks every day. I don't need to program it into my phone. These three, Finn, Leo, and Harper, they're my alarm clocks. All right, what do we got over here on the far left? Switchboard operator, right? How about in the middle here? You got a guy with a paper and a bunch of people around that are not too happy, but they're working. What is that? Yeah. Could be, yes. But what's that guy in the middle doing? Yes. He's reading the newspaper to them out loud. He's providing entertainment, right? And then over here? Lamplighter. The lector was a job. And of course, the lamplighter. All right, so we're going to take a few minutes here. We're going to take 5 minutes. Elbow partners. You're going to talk to your partners about what jobs today are going to vanish tomorrow. Well, I know that sound. All right. Anybody want to share what they got here? Some ideas? Brave souls? Yes. Writers. Interesting, yeah. Uh-huh. Banks? Money, like tellers and no more banks. Okay, yeah. Interesting. Yeah. Retail clerks, yeah. Fast food, yeah. So I asked my son last night, what jobs are going to go away in 10 years? His response, Alexa, what jobs are going to go away in 10 years? That says it all right there. So we know what jobs may go away, and that is more dealing with, as we said, dealing with what we know, right? Dealing with what we know and using our information to predict. What's really hard is to predict what doesn't exist. 2040. Average age of PYL students, 13 years old. Prime working age, 30. Let's say 30 years old, prime working age. 17 years from now, the average student in PYL will be 30. In 2040, the average age of PYL students today will be 30 years old, working in a world where jobs don't exist yet. How do we prepare our kids today for jobs tomorrow? Let's say 2 minutes. Talk to your partners. New jobs in 2040. Let's go ahead. Okay? All right. Okay, what do we got? New jobs, 2040. 17 years from now, what do we got? Yes?
Artificial intelligence, big data, crowdsourcing data collection.
Yes, data collection. We're gonna see a video about that. Yes?
Alternate universe of the
Metaverse. Yes. Yes. What else? All right, so you guys, no pressure. You're just preparing our kids for the metaverse. That's it. All right, we're going to watch a quick video here.
AI and the final stage of human evolution. This timeline ventures into the future, chronicling the intertwining paths of artificial intelligence and humanity as they drive each other to new heights. From advanced neural prosthetics to mind uploading, this is the birth of a new era where technology and biology harmoniously converge, reshaping our understanding of what it means to be human and the results that follow. 2030. Neural prosthetics transform human potential. By 2030, neural prosthetics powered by artificial intelligence had advanced by leaps and bounds, drastically extending the limits of the human brain. These devices seamlessly integrate with the nervous system to repair or replace damaged neural pathways while enhancing natural cognitive functions. By targeting the cognitive regions of the brain, such as the hippocampal area, they unlock superhuman memory. For starters, users of these cutting-edge devices can now choose what events and experiences to remember, and what they want to forget altogether. Additionally, by tapping into their brain's ability to filter and enhance incoming sensory information, users can also amplify pleasurable experiences while suppressing those that are undesirable. Humans who break their spines can still walk. The blind can now see, and those with missing limbs can now replace them with prosthetic devices that offer superior performance in comparison to real limbs, with built-in devices to expand our perception of the world, leading to the next step in AI-powered transhumanism. 2035. Unprecedented sensory enhancements. In 2035, AI-powered neural prosthetics become mainstream and change the human experience forever, granting unprecedented sensory enhancements that let us perceive and interact with the world like never before. The perception of infrared radiation opens up a new realm of vision, allowing individuals to see and interpret heat signatures, improving safety and efficiency in a variety of industries. The power of tetrachromacy, inspired by birds, expands our ability to see new colors that were previously invisible to us, enriching artistic expression and environmental appreciation. Magnified taste and smell, inspired by certain mammals, amplifies gastronomic experiences, transforming the culinary world and offering new opportunities for food and beverage industries, but with the control of blocking out tastes and smells that aren't pleasing. Detection of electric fields, inspired by sharks, enables humans to monitor the environment for potential dangers or energy sources. Night vision allows humans to navigate in the dark without heat sources, potentially eliminating the need for indoor lighting altogether. Infrasonic sound detection, similar to elephants, grants the capacity to pick up low-frequency vibrations, enabling improved communication over long distances and early detection of natural disasters. The ability to experience magnetic fields, much like birds, offers an innate sense of direction, making navigation and exploration effortless. Each of these remarkable abilities are seamlessly integrated into human lives with the help of artificial intelligence and neural prosthetics to allow humans to experience the best of all senses, while blocking out anything that isn't to their liking. But this is just the beginning of what's to come. 2040. Brain-computer interfaces powered by AI combine man and machine. By 2040, advanced brain-computer interface devices have transformed the way humans interact with technology, becoming an extension of their will. These cutting-edge devices seamlessly integrate AI systems with the human brain, enhancing decision-making and data processing abilities to allow humans to access vast reservoirs of information at the speed of thought. This groundbreaking technology allows individuals to process complex data, carry out inferencing, and solve problems with unprecedented efficiency. BCIs revolutionize various aspects of daily life, from work and education to entertainment and personal growth. In the workplace, these devices boost productivity, innovation, and collaboration by offering instant access to data and AI-generated insights. In education, they facilitate personalized learning experiences tailored to each individual's cognitive strengths and weaknesses, promoting rapid knowledge acquisition and skill development. Moreover, BCI technology opens up new possibilities for creative expression, giving humans the ability to visualize and manipulate ideas directly within their minds, unencumbered by the limitations of traditional tools and mediums like legacy computers. However, as the lines between man and machines blur, concerns about privacy, security, and the loss of our individuality begin to emerge with this next phase.
All right, well, it gets a little out there, right? As we said before, predicting the future is hard, right? This was developed at Johns Hopkins University. The point is, as you can see, you can agree, you can disagree with where we're going here. Things are going to change a lot. As you can see, things are already changing a lot. We communicate, for the first time ever, we have all these generations communicating with each other that grew up very different ways, right? How do they communicate? We're all over. We're all over now, right? And we're all learning to communicate together. So how do we? Let's get back to this, right? We talk about the future. How do we prepare our students? It's all about core competencies, right? Let's go back to the core competencies. Reading, math, writing, communicating. These are skills that all of our kids are going to need, right? We don't know what's going to happen in the future, but we can control what we can teach our kids today to prepare for that future. So let's talk about what we do well here in PYL. We do a lot well, a lot. We have our AVID programs, we have our GATE programs, we have our PBIS. Now, as Mr. Youngblood mentioned, we're going to be going early education, opening preschools, increasing pathways for our special needs students. We do a lot well, but we have some major areas to improve upon, and it's those core competencies. So this year, next year, and the next year, our goals are going to be the same. It's going to be focusing on improving student achievement, increasing competency in reading and math, increasing competency with our significant subgroups, our English learners, our special needs students. And we're going to talk about how to do that. So we have about half of our students in PYL that are not achieving at grade level. These percentages show the number of students meeting and exceeding the standards. And it's great if our kids are meeting and exceeding standards, and we're going to keep challenging those kids. We're not going to ignore the kids that are advanced. We're going to keep challenging them. But we're also going to make sure that these numbers change. All of our kids, the vast majority of our kids should be at grade level. And we're going to put our resources, our time, our money behind that. And we're going to start this year. This is one of our subgroups. It's worse than the average here. We got a lot of disadvantaged kids. We know they come with a lot of challenges, more challenges, but that doesn't mean we can't get them up to grade level. And they should be. English language learners. You know, mathematics used to be that level playing field, right? Because less language. And when Common Core came in, the language was infused into math. Not a bad thing, but what was unfortunate is when that happened, they removed the foundational math component to our curriculum. And so with language-based mathematics, our English language learners are now at a disadvantage also in mathematics. That's not acceptable. We are going to go back to the basics. We're going to infuse foundational mathematics into our curriculum. And we're going to start this year. Our students with disabilities, 2 out of 10 are at grade level. Not okay. Certificate of completions, we're going to try to not fully eliminate them, but encourage kids to get diplomas. And we do that by keeping them in general ed classes. We do that through inclusion. We do that by a new program at El Camino, where students, instead of going to our Venture Academy after 12th grade, they're going to go to El Camino and finish up and get their diploma. Let's give a hand for that. Yes. So how do we improve the core competencies? How do we increase the number of students at grade level? First is know your students. Know every student. If you're a principal, you go into a classroom, you ask the teacher who's not at grade level, they should know who. You ask the teacher, that student, Emily, who they point to is not at grade level, you ask the teacher, what strands within mathematics do they need support in? They should be able to tell you. You ask Emily, what areas of math do you need support in? She should be able to tell you. You ask Emily's parents, what areas of mathematics does Emily need support in? She should be able to tell you. So every student, know your students. Your work will be to support students and to know every student and their abilities. And a lot of you do. I'm amazed at the quality of instruction here in this district. You guys know your students, you know your students' names, you know what they need. And everybody else in this district supports that. Every job in here is supporting our students. So the first thing we're going to start this year is targeted intervention. We are going to target all the students not at grade level, and we're going to give them extra support. We're going to use our state one-time learning recovery money that we got to support them during the day and after school. We're going to pay our teachers to help our kids to get extra help. And that is one of the biggest strategies we're going to use. Yes. As I mentioned, foundational math. We are going to infuse foundational math. It's hard to learn pre-algebra if you don't know your times tables, right? And I know that seems simple to understand, but it's true. And so we're starting to introduce more and more higher level mathematical concepts to kids that don't have their foundational skills. So we need to go back to the basics. So after school intervention for math may not be helping the students with their math that they're learning in class. It may be helping the students with their foundational math, right? So it's like you're coaching a team and you get a new player. You're a basketball coach. You get a new player and he's 100 pounds overweight. Before you teach the kid how to play basketball, you get them in shape, right? We're going to get our kids in shape by teaching them foundational mathematics, so when they take the classes during the day, they excel at them. So that's just a snapshot. I want to thank you guys for being here, for supporting all of our students. It's going to be an awesome year, and we're excited. Thank you very much.